This is Nerve.
Hi guys, I'm Ollie from Nerve Radio, and I'm here with local Dorset-based band Bonsai Pirates. Hi, how are we today, Rob?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. How are you, Ollie?
Yeah, I'm doing very good, thanks. I think we should just get straight into it. Bonsai Pirates, I mean, what a band. If you could describe yourselves in 3 words, how would you sum your guys up?
Right. So 3 words is my politician's answers, where I'm going to talk around it first. Indie folk pop. Oh, that's an
Indie
easy
folk
one.
pop.
I feel
Okay.
like I've copped out there.
Quite a broad range there, to be fair. So, I mean, I was looking on some of your socials, obviously it's like rum soaked and all that. Obviously massive on the pirate end.
Yeah.
Is there kind of like any inspiration you had with that, or is that just kind of like a random night out became pirates?
I've pretty much a random night out became pirates. So the concept behind the band is that old traditional pirate crews were a group of people that came together from all sorts of backgrounds, and they all came together for like one main goal. And so that's where the pirate thing came from. And we thought that that pretty much sums up who we are and what we do. Um, and then once we had the pirate thing, it was just about leaning into it quite heavily. So we get dressed up. There's some of the songs that we do are really piratey. We do a couple of more traditional songs. Some of the songs that we do are not piratey at all, but almost every song we have references the sea or ships or sailing in some way, shape, or form.
Any specific bands or anything that kind of got you to where you are now, or?
I think each of us would have a different answer to that. So for me, I grew up. I got into music by being a singer-songwriter initially. So I was really heavily inspired by Damien Rice and the duo in Loppy. And then I suppose within that, I also had bands like Police and Sting that I grew up listening to. As a band, I think we're probably quite we all quite like Modest Mouse. I think there's definitely elements of our song sounds that are similar to bands like Maroon 5 and the 1975 in the terms of in the trying to get the catchy pop choruses. Yeah, those are the sorts of bands that I would say for fans of Mice and Men, the Lumineers, those sorts of bands.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So you got your new single coming out this Friday. It's called When the Dusk Fades Out. That's
That's
November
the one.
24th. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what kind of the thing around it is?
All right, so this is the most intense song that we've ever made. So the last 2 years have been spent putting this 5-track EP together. That's we're going to release slowly via a range of singles before we release the EP, probably end of spring, early summer next year. So this is the beginning of a longer process. Um, uh, this particular song is about thinking about the aftermath of when someone has passed away and what they leave behind. So for what lots of people think about as a very almost like a novelty sing along, dance along party band, that was what we've always presented ourselves as. This is a bit of a diversion from there, and it's not that we haven't done serious tracks, but this is definitely the most serious and the most intense thing that we've made. So this is thinking. So the song is from the perspective of me, thinking about what I leave behind after I pass. There's a verse in there by Becky, and I asked her when we were writing it if she could write a verse from the perspective of the person who has been left behind by someone who's died. So quite a challenging topic that we really enjoyed getting into, and I think the atmosphere of the song being quite epic and intense with sort of big strings and sounds like that really reflect that nature of feeling like the stormy emotions, the chaotic energy of that atmosphere and that situation. I think it actually got written some time ago. Bits of it were written a little while back. However, we had like a 4 year hiatus as a band, and then when we came back together, this was one of the songs that I brought back with everyone. And then it's just taking its time to really nail itself down into its final form, which is it's made it to now.
Yeah, because obviously you haven't released anything since I think it was 2016. So
Yeah.
is it nice to be back?
It is really nice to be. So we were really I suppose almost prolific, I guess, in the beginning. So we released a full album. So we got together, we released a full album quite quickly. A couple of years after that, we put together the Band on the Run EP. That gained some good traction. So that one, we had a song off there that was played on BBC Introducing. We did a few interviews with them, and it felt like things were going really well and in the right direction. And then I moved to London for a year, and then moved back, and we sort of carried on during that time. And then I moved to London for 4 years, and that's too long, and it was too far for us to keep going. So we put everything on hold. We thought we were probably done as a band, and then I've moved back to be near a family, and as a result, we sort of brought the band back together. So I got my blood family, but I also got my band family back together at the same time. So yeah, it's great to be back. It's great to have something else to try and push at gigs, to talk about that isn't the things that we made in 2016.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty impressive, because I take it you haven't been back for very long, and you've just come off kind of like a mini tour around like Bournemouth and Poole and all of that back in June. What's it like touring again?
Yeah, I mean, it's we don't, I suppose touring is a strong word for what we do, isn't because most of our gigs feel like they're quite close. We don't stay away when we're gigging very much. So it hasn't got the same feel, I think, as when bands go on tour. But being back and actually getting out as a band and gigging, we brought a new musician into the mix this year. And so working with her and bringing Sophie through has been a really interesting process. We haven't had a new musician in the band for a very long time, so that's been a real experience for us, and unpicking the songs and having a look at where things fit and spaces around it. So yeah, it's been a really intense period, I guess. Also with we were working trying to work on our social media presence. We were trying to work on the songs. We were trying to do the records. Yeah, it's been really fun and really interesting.
Yeah, wow. So she's settling in all right in the band and all of that?
Yeah, she's now at uni somewhere else, so that's more of a challenge again. So we get a different challenge from that. But yeah, she's done well.
Fair enough. And in terms of other singles, you said you were making a new EP. So you've been in the studio. You're still in the studio. How's that going?
It's all finished. We're sitting on all the tracks now. So the EP is going to be called Dark Side of Doubloon. We have a wordplay theme in what we've done. So we have Band on the Run being our last one, playing on the Wings album, and the Dark Side of Doubloon obviously playing on the Pink Floyd. Neither of them particularly musical inspirations to the record, so it's not like a signal. But yeah, there's 3 singles that we're going to do off the back of this EP. So this is the first of 3. We're going to release a song called Tentacles and a song called The Ballad of Anne and Mary as well.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. It sounds very good. You got any festivals coming up? Any festivals lined up? Or
we're hoping for a busy summer.
Yeah.
There's a few things lined up. We've got one on the 1st of December, so not far away now, in Bridport, and that's at the Rope Makers. And then we're playing at the Cellar Bar for a birthday do on the 6th of January. So I know January is not a traditional time to go out gigging, but yeah, the 6th of January is our next local show.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you got some stuff coming up. You're getting in and you're practicing, I guess. Was it hard kind of getting back into it? Did you remember all the songs, or was it a lot of effort?
Sometimes. So I've always had, despite having written the words to most of the songs, I frequently forget the words. It's one of those features of my Civ brain. So yeah, it has been tricky at times, but we've done really well. We've been quite consistent on our practicing and making sure that we spend some time working on new material and also revisiting the old stuff that we've been playing for ages, and not resting on our not sort of just assuming that we're gonna pick it back up where we left it off. So yeah, we put a lot of work into redoing it and making the songs as energetic and lively as they can be. But I'd like to put a little plug in for the guy that made the video. So it's made by Bert's Not Real. He's worked really hard on creating an AI generated video that tells a story of 2 pirates risking everything in a sort of a combat, I guess, in a gambling and combat. But it's a really great video that he's completely generated through AI, where the images sort of morph one into the other, and it's got really good flow and movement, and I'm so proud of what he's done for it. So yeah, I wanted to. Not many people, obviously on the radio, will know that that's coming, but the video is coming out on Friday as well.
Yeah, but that's brilliant. That's really cool, actually. So it's all AI generated.
Yeah, completely.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to the new album, and especially obviously when the dust fades out again, coming out November 24th, this Friday. Thank you so much, Rob, for being here. Really interesting stuff, and I hope to see you sometime soon in Bournemouth.
That would be great.